At the end of this long desert road in northeastern Apple Valley lies a cemetery, a resting place for those who have passed on that is both beautiful and unique. Set against the natural rocky terrain of the local mountains, Sunset Hills Memorial Park has only existed for a few years, but it has taken the funeral industry by storm with some of its unusual innovations, many that are found nowhere else in the world. What strikes visitors when they first arrive is the stark yet beautiful landscape. This land had stood vacant for years until Chet Hitt came up with the idea for a cemetery some 18 years ago.
We've been very fortunate. The piece of land that we purchased was from a gentleman that's owned the land since the 1920s. So his family's had it, and he wanted to make sure it was a special piece of property that would be used for something that would be beneficial. So when we called him with the idea of the cemetery concept, he fell in love with it. And all we've done is taken God's creation of the mountains and the skies and the land here and just embellished on it.
And those embellishments are what makes Sunset Hills so unique. Among the most dramatic are the family plots, created to look like large boulders that are built right into the rocky hillside.
What we find more and more is families are going back to some traditional aspects of life, and one is to be a family unit, to have the family together. So what we've done is we've kind of embellished on that into the mountains and have dug into the hillsides, and we're working our way up the mountain and building special burial sites up in the hills to give it another unique and different type of property instead of just your traditional flat headstone type cemetery.
And another non-traditional feature found at Sunset Hills is the large artificial olive tree found in the lobby that is dubbed the Tree of Life.
A lot of the trees here at the cemetery look like a lot of land in Israel, and so we've kind of used that as a little bit of a theme, I guess. And we use olive trees, and it's biblical. And so when I was in Las Vegas one day, sitting there, and I found this olive tree that was made there. So I hunted down the manufacturer and had them custom design a tree for here. And I always wanted it to be hollow. So it holds about 400 cremations that go under the tree. So it's the only one of its kind anywhere in the world.
And while some of these features are unique and non-traditional, some areas of Sunset Hills do look like a traditional cemetery. But upon closer inspection, visitors discover the grass is actually artificial turf.
I read an article one time about how grass would pay for itself if you use artificial turf within 5 years of lawn maintenance and stuff. And I thought, well, if it worked for a regular house, it can sure work for a cemetery. And so we were the first ones in the country and I think even the world, to even do this.
But the most recent addition to Sunset Hills is the beautiful chapel, named for famed Western entertainers Roy Rogers and Dale Evans, who lived in Apple Valley and were among the first investors at Sunset Hills. They are now buried there side by side. It was Dale Evans, in her final days, that worked with Chet Hitt on the design of the chapel.
She came up with some great ideas on doing things here, and she wanted to celebrate life.
And it's that celebration of life that motivates Chet Hitt as he continues to forge forward with more innovations for this expanding property. At Sunset Hills Memorial Park in Apple Valley, I'm David Wiley for Southern California Life.